You're going to make a lot of mistakes in your 20s, but experience, they say, is the best teacher. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Adeze Adoaka, and if you're new here, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button down below. And if you're already a subscriber, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share this video, save it, drop your comments. I'll always be there to respond. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing mistakes that we all make in our 20s. And the reason I'm sharing this video is because I know that we all can relate to it. And I wouldn't want anybody in her 20s watching this to make the same mistakes that I made. Or even if you have made the mistakes, there are always ways to take a step back and reminisce and then take some corrections. Like I said, we are all going to make a lot of mistakes in our 20s, and it's just left for us to pick up from them, learn from them, and grow. So let's start with friendships. This topic, letting people into your space in your 20s is going to cause a lot of problems for you, to be honest. You have to be very selective about the people that you bring close into your life in your 20s. It is very, very important. Yes, we all need friends. Yes, we can have friends, but you cannot bring everybody close, right? For me, I used to think once you're nice, once you smile at me, that you're a good person, and then I make you my friend and, bring that person into my space. But then I learned that it's not everybody who smiles with you that really loves you. I learned that the hard way. I let people into my space without vetting them, without asking questions, without looking into them. Now, in general, you should be able to select your friends. Let them not be the ones to pick you. Pick your friends by yourself. Say, okay, this is a person that I want to bring close. No, I'm going to keep this person at a distance, right? Be very selective with the people that you bring close to you, to your space. People that can uplift you, people that are supposed to support you, people that are supposed to love you, uplift you and not bring you down, people that won't be jealous, people that would support you and give you good advice, right? You can have friends that support you maybe just because of what they want to get from you. And once those things they gain from you are no longer there, they disappear. These are not the kind of friends that you need. You need friends that even when you're, in your down moments and in your down times, they are there for you. They are there to give you the right support. And then when it's time for enjoyment, you guys will have enjoyment as well. Make good friends. Be selective about people you bring to your space. Now, why I'm particular about people that you bring close are because everybody has secrets, right? Secrets about your relationship, your family. And then sometimes when you're down, there are people that you need to, lay a shoulder on. So these are the people that you bring close. So imagine someone having that kind of information about you, and then one day you hear that information outside from people that you don't even know. And then maybe the way they even tell the story will even look different. Friends that will gossip with your name and all of that. You do not need them in your 20s because they can make or mar you. I've gone on social media sometimes and I see people that have been friends for 5 years, 6 years, and they are no longer talking. I mean, that's okay. You guys can always, have issues and settle it amicably and decide, okay, I don't want you anymore. But then friends that when you guys have a problem, they come online and they start sharing all your secrets, sharing, all the things that you guys share together. It is really bad. It is really bad. Even though I know that no matter how careful we are, it is very difficult to know, okay, this person is a good person, especially if you've been friends with that person for a very long time. But then discernment is where we always come and then ask God, give me discernment. Let me know who is who, to me. So one person, two persons, that's all you need that are going to be in your close inner circle. People that know the real you, right? You can always keep other people at a distance. Doesn't matter. But for your close circle, you have to be very selective with the kind of friends that you make in your 20s. Look out for the qualities that you need in a friend, right? Write down those qualities and say, this is the kind of friend that I want. So that when people come around your space, you can be selective and say, okay, this is the kind of friend that I want to keep around my space, right? Very, very important. You be the one to choose. Let them not choose you so that you can determine. And if anything goes wrong, okay, this was the person who I told this and I can hold you responsible. But when you have too many friends and when your story is outside and everybody knows what's going on with you, you can't even decipher. You can't even pick who is actually bringing your story out to the streets for people to listen to. So in your 20s, be very mindful of friends. Keep it really small, keep your circle really small, and choose people who have the same vision as you. Now, let's talk about relationships, right? In your 20s, whenever you see one fine boy and he's driving a Benz, boyfriend material. Oh my God, he's so cute. I want him in my life. Relationships are a lot deeper than that, right? Now that I've gotten a little bit older, I've learned a lot when it comes to relationships. That is not just about good looks, and it's not about the packaging, right? Relationships are a whole lot deeper than that. I learned that there are core qualities that you should look out for in anybody that you let into your life, because that person, you're sharing your emotions, you're sharing your body, you're sharing the most part of your life with this person, right? The person is going to know you, come into your space, have a feel of you. So you should be very, very selective of who you date. I know in our 20s you're supposed to explore and have fun. Of course you can do that, but is this person pouring into you as well? How supportive is he of you? What kind of advice does he give you? If you are starting up a business, is he someone that can actually give you advice on what to do, where to go to? Whatever it is you're going through, is this someone that can give you that emotional support at that time? It's not about, oh, babe, let's go to the club today. Let's go and party tomorrow. Every day, you guys are, going out, having fun, vibes and inshallah and all of that. What about the deeper things? Like your business, work, real life, when it comes to your family, is he supportive? Is he emotionally stable to understand where you're coming from and all of that? Relationships should not just be about, sex and all of that. And then talking about sex, right? It's not everybody that you should let into your body. It's not everybody that should have access to your body. When you get older, you're going to understand what I mean, right? You should be selective of people that you sleep with, because a lot of these guys talk too much these days. They now gossip more than women, and then before you know it, oh, I've been with her, oh, I've slept with her, oh, and even if you want to do that, always use protection. No matter how much this guy has begged you, always use protection to avoid infections, to avoid getting pregnant and, getting confused, having conflicts, the emotional instability, the emotional stress that comes with it. Protect yourself, ladies. Protect yourself. Men protect themselves. They do. They don't joke with themselves. So you as a lady that is letting someone in, you should protect your space, protect your body, protect your soul, protect your spirit, right? The relationships that you get into should be very intentional. You can have fun, you can do all of that, but then also look out for other aspects of the relationship. What is this person bringing to the table? If I am bringing this to the table, what is this person doing for me in this relationship? It's not just about fine boy and driving the biggest cars or latest cars. Look deeper into it, because trust me, your relationship in your 20s is going to have a lot of effect on you. A lot of people are damaged right now. A lot of people are going through trauma because of relationships that they've been in, because they've been with the wrong people who treat them like they don't mean anything, people that have destroyed them. So people you date, people you sleep with, very, very important. You should be selective of them, even though you want to have fun and do all of that. If you know you want to have fun, remove every other thing attached to it, have your fun and go home, but also be very careful. Now let's talk about finances. One thing that really helped me in my 20s, that was a habit that I formed, was saving money. It helped me a lot. So if you're not a rich kid and you have people giving you money from time to time in your 20s, I mean, some of us are lucky. We have elder brothers, elder sisters, cousins, uncles, boyfriends that are rich, that are giving you money. My dear, save. I'm not saying you should not enjoy your life. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. But trust me, there'll be a time where nobody's going to give you money. You will not be asking yourself, what is going on? But this person gave me money last month. This person gave me money 2 months ago. How come everybody... There's just a time, I don't know why it always happens, that nobody has money to give you. It always just happens. So those times where there's nobody available, that you're calling and they're not picking your calls anymore, maybe you and your boyfriend, you guys have broken up, you don't have any boyfriend that is dashing you free money anymore. What are you going to do? You need to have savings. Trust me when I tell you that you need it. There are people that you depend on for money, and then when it's time for them to give you that money, they disappoint you. You will cry, because then you don't have anything to fall back on. People are not always going to be available to give you free money. So in your 20s, if you're a student, if you're working, save, no matter how little. It can just help you at least for feeding, for the basics, right? Just have small savings somewhere. It really helps. That is one thing that really helped me in my 20s. And if possible, invest that into a business. You might not enjoy it that time. It might be paining you because your mates are spending, enjoying themselves. But trust me, in the long run, it's still going to pay you. Give yourself a treat every once in a while. Go out, have fun, do all of that. But do not be extravagant. Do not be wasteful. Save if you can and spoil yourself with a good bag, with a good shoe, with a treat out. Maybe go out with your friends and hang out. Have some nice dining, experience with your friends and all of that. I approve, but then just save, just for rainy days, for days that people are going to disappoint you. You need to keep track of your finances. Do not be wasteful. You are going to regret it later. And you ask yourself, all that money that people were giving me, where did I even keep it? Your uncles will be dashing you money, they'll give you money, but once it comes, you're buying, you're splurging. If it's not here, it's back tomorrow, it's shoot tomorrow. I mean, you can buy all of that, but not every time. Do not be extravagant about it, because there are times where nobody's going to answer you anymore. They'll ask you, you're a big girl now, you can afford it. So why are you asking us for money? Things like that. You're a fine girl now, you have money. Why should we give you money? Those times you need that backup. So if you're working, you have a business, try and save no matter how little, because it's going to help you in the long run. Now, in as much as I was very good with saving money, I had another problem. Consistency. That is one thing that I have struggled with. And I realized that people who were consistent with their career development for years now in their 20s, they're reaping the fruits of it right now. I started this channel, I think 3 years ago. And in that year, I think I made only 4 videos the whole of that year. You can imagine if I was consistent and if I was dropping videos back to back to back, the kind of subscribers I'm going to have now, the number and the number of views I'll be having now will be a lot compared to what I have now. So when you realize that you have a talent and you want to explore on it, be very consistent with it. Do not relent. Do not look at anybody. Just focus on that and be consistent. It will pay you in the long run, because a lot of people like to follow people, through their journey. So if you're a YouTuber and you're watching this video and you just started, continue. It doesn't matter if you're getting the likes, you're getting the comments, if you're a content creator on Instagram, TikTok, forget about the views. Forget about, the likes and the comments. Just keep pushing. Just be consistent. Consistency pays in your 20s. You're going to reap the fruits in your 30s, in your 40s. Trust me. So just be consistent with your craft to get better. You never know. One video and you're blown. One dress, one shoe. It could be anything that you're good at. It could be one cake that you baked for maybe somebody from nowhere. And maybe you've been baking all this while, right? And just one cake makes you so famous. And, in this part of the world, we call it blow. One cake can just blow you, So just be consistent. That growth is actually important, because in that journey, you're going to learn, make mistakes, make money, lose money, all of that. So that is it about finances. Be consistent, save, just focus and don't relent. You need to be close to God in your 20s. This one is really important. You cannot do without God in your 20s. You need God to guide you. He's your father, so you need to speak to him. Have a good relationship with God. If you're Muslim, if you're Christian, whatever it is, have, this close relationship with your maker. It will really help you a lot. God is there. God is there. He's there to forgive you. He's there, when you need help, when you need support. You need God in your life. So you need to be consistent with prayer, have a pastor or, anybody, somebody that you look up to that can help you pray. If possible, join all these, church groups, church communities to help build your faith. Being a Christian, my Christian faith, I've had to, join communities. I'm even a leader in, a group and all of that. It really, really helped me build my faith. And knowing that, I have someone that my father, I can go to him and share things and, have communion with God. It's my safe space, right? It's my safe space. So you need to be close to God. Now, another thing that I struggled with in my 20s is asking for help. Being the first child of 4 children, my siblings kind of depended on me a lot. So for me, I always had to prove myself. I always had to do better. I was always too careful not to make so much mistakes, being so, knowing that they were so dependent on me. Asking for help was my problem. And I'm here to tell you today that please, if you need help, ask for it. The highest people are going to tell you is no. And I know a lot of us have that fear of rejection. We feel bad when people say no to us, but then they say no, you do better. there are still always people that are going to help you outside. So there's somebody somewhere who just likes you for you and wants to support you in whatever it is that you're doing. So asking for help is not a problem. You need help. You cannot carry, the burden of this life alone. You need somebody, you need support. If it's for your parents, friends, whoever, ask for help, my darling. This is your 20s. You need help. No matter how you run away from it, you need help. So ask for your help. Feel free and ask for it. And trust me, you will get the support you need. Even though you don't get it now, later on, people are going to support you, especially when they see that, you're more invested in yourself, in whatever it is that you're doing. People will, of course, want to support you. So please, if you have any burden, if you're going through a lot, if anything is going on with you, open up and speak. Talk to somebody. A lot of people are depressed today because they're not opening up. They're afraid that if they share, their problems, they're going to be a laughing stock. But trust me, that's why friends are very important, and having a support system is important, and being in the right relationship is important, because these are the people that you run to when you need help. So please open up if you have any troubles and ask for help if you need it. Now, lastly, let's talk about social media and comparison. What social media has caused? It has caused so much wahala, especially for us in our 20s. You have to be careful. Do not compare yourself to anyone. I know social media could put us in so much pressure. You see people buying designer bags, buying the latest hairs, buying the latest cars and all of that. But then I want to tell you that you have your own path. You have your own journey. People were also born differently. There are a lot of people who were born into rich homes, and maybe you yourself, you're not born into a rich home, and you're comparing yourself to somebody that, her dad is Otedola or a Dangote, or someone who is rich, and you that you're not rich, you want to have what they have. I mean, if you really want to have what they have, you have to put in years of work, right? It won't come that easy. So you cannot compare yourself to that person, because you and that person do not have the same journey. You are not born, in the same family. So by the time you know that and always have that in your head and know that you are trying your best, my dear, you would focus on just yourself. Forget social media. Social media is not real life. Focus on your own journey. We all have, different parts in life. And there was something I saw that my pastor shared on social media the other day. He said something that, do you realize that you're always happy until you start comparing yourself? Immediately you start comparing yourself and say, this person has this and I don't have it. You start becoming unhappy. You start becoming depressed. That time you know that, okay, I've not even achieved anything. I'm a waste. I'm useless. No, my dear, you are not. You are doing your best. And the only difference is that it's going to take you a longer time to get there. So no pressure. Take your time and then stop worrying about what other people think. Who cares what they think? You're doing your own thing, so you should focus on that. That time that you're using on social media to, compare and always check what someone is up to and comment and do all of that. Use that time to start thinking of how you can better your business, how you can better your career. Use that time to build yourself. Forget about what any other person is doing. Just focus on your own journey and you will definitely get there. And there's no rush in life, to be honest. I remember those times that I always wanted a certain thing. I always wanted a certain car. I wanted to get that car when I was younger. Now I'm even driving something better than that. That one is now an old model, right? All these things will come and go. They will always phase out. Remember all the things that we always wanted? When they come, you get tired of it and then you want the latest edition, and it continues. The cycle just continues. Good things do not finish. They do not come to an end, as far as I'm concerned. So my darling, focus on your own journey. Do not compare yourself with others, and just don't worry too much about social media. Social media is there, right? You can use it to promote your business, do whatever, but do not let it affect you. Do not let it affect your mental health, that you start comparing yourself and worrying, and thinking you're not doing so well. My darling, you are. It's just going to take you a longer time to get there. And that's it for me on this video. If you learned a lot, I'm going to be doing a part 2. Definitely doing a part 2. If possible, have a series on, mistakes that we all make in our 20s that we need to learn from. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned a lot from it. I'm still your girl, Adeza Adwaka. And if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe using the click below, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Share this video and also share your comments in the comment section. I'll always be there to respond. Do have a lovely day. Bye bye.